What's up, guys? How's it going? We're going to do part 5 to our tutorial today with the grandfather clock, so I can't wait to get in there and start getting things put together. So let's waste no more time. Let's do it. You guys, some quick tips here in Modo. On the base material, if your scene's looking a little dark, you can kind of go in here and adjust this diffuse color to kind of get the brightness to whatever you would like. And we'll add a new locator, a group locator, and we'll call this top of the clock, or whatever you want to call it. And then I like to just do _GRP so I know it's a group. And then we'll put everything that is on the top part into that group. And it looks like all of this is still one, so I'm going to select the ones that I want to separate out and hit Control X to cut, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste that into a new mesh item and call this one top. And then we can put that into that group as well. Okay, it looks like we left one more piece. We can pick that up and move it however we want, and the pivot is automatically centered to the origin of the world, so that comes in pretty handy. I'm going to go ahead and select that group and just pull it up a little bit, because what I want to create is some more blocks underneath of where this top part sits. So let's go ahead, we'll add another mesh item. We can call this one blocks. Go ahead and put it in our group, and then we'll create a new cube. And then I'll go ahead and delete those faces in the back because we don't need those. So go ahead and select all those real quick. And then I'm actually not going to smooth any of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and just select all of the edges. I can go in here to the top view. I don't need those back ones. I'm just going to hit B to go ahead and bevel those, so we don't actually have to smooth. We can just do a nice tight bevel right there, and we can take our round level to 2. So I think that will look just fine. So we have some blocks that the top part is sitting on. Let's move on to the shelf. Let's go ahead and extract that into its own mesh item. We'll call this shelf. And then we'll go through and we'll make this symmetrical. So we'll turn on our symmetry, and then we'll start adding divisions. Yeah, let's try 7. That will look pretty cool. Then I'm going to add extra edges. We'll just go to 1, and I'll add these edges really close, so like we can just say 4% next to the next. And then we're going to actually extrude those inward. Something like that, and then we'll do it again. Okay, cool. So just something to break up that space visually. And then we'll add some more holding edges. Then when we smooth, we get some more detail there on our shelf. So it's all kind of broken up. Let's do some more. Let's actually add a division that cuts through the middle. And then we'll hit L. And then we'll extrude this inwards. Once, twice. And then we'll hit shift click again. We'll do something like that. And it doesn't need to be perfect because this is gonna look like a wooden shelf anyway, so it doesn't need to be perfectly mechanical. It's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and separate out the pillars. So we'll double click those and we'll hit Control X, and we'll say new mesh item. We'll paste those, and we'll call the new mesh item pillars. So pillars 01. Go ahead, we can hide some of the other things. The shelf, There we go. So we can grab this top edge, and let's see, we'll divide this into, I think 6 will do it. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. That's where I want to be able to push that back in. So then we'll do 2. We'll have that kind of stop somewhere around there. We can turn our shelf back on so we can know exactly how that's going to look. Yeah, we'll then somewhere around the bottom part. Yeah, that's looking pretty great. And it looks like we're not able to, we didn't copy this pillar over, so we'll just delete it, and we can mirror this one once we finish the detail on it, so no big deal there. We'll go ahead and select, what I'd like to do is go ahead and hit B, and then we'll bevel that in, and then shift click, push it back, shift click, push it back, and then shift click, push it back just a little bit, shift click, and then bevel it in like that. Okay, now then when we add our holding edges, okay, then we'll delete the polygons that we know aren't going to be rendering. So we'll go to our model quad. We'll just select those there, and then we'll actually just bring those vertices up. Okay. And then I'm gonna actually adjust some of my settings. So I'll make this the same, and then I'll turn my trackball rotation off. So no trackball rotation. There we go. Okay, looking pretty good. We'll see what it looks like smooth. And we'll go and take all those faces off the backside as well. Scoot that back a little bit. Okay, awesome. Then we'll hit Shift V on the keyboard to mirror it over on the Z. And there we go. We got our 2 pillars next to the door. And then real quick, we'll go ahead and kind of do the same thing that we did with the pieces here underneath for the big step board on the bottom. It'd be nice to go ahead and kind of split this up into different pieces. So I'll go ahead and cut that, add a new mesh item. We'll call this step. And then actually we can just do some extrusions here. So we'll just place some loop slices. Sorry, I do not want this to be a symmetrical piece, so I'm going to move those extra loops. Okay, so we got one piece there, I'm going to have another one somewhere around here, so just adding pieces. So these are interesting to have one loop kind of come up like this, we'll put it close to it. Then we'll have like one over here. And then we'll have another one here. Okay, so this is in polygon selection mode. Okay, blast those out. And then let's do some cool extrusions here. So we'll go through, select a loop. Select this loop. And I want this part. And all of this. All this one as well. And yeah, that should look pretty cool. And then we'll come in, we'll scale it kind of inwards. Shift click. Shift click again. Shift click. And shift click, and then scale it inwards. So we have like really, really tiny detail in there. And we'll go ahead and add our holding edges. Okay, sweet. So let's check out what that looks like with our, go ahead and turn our Ray GL on. We'll do full. We'll go ahead in here and we'll set our visibility. We'll turn off the work plane. And then we'll also go to our active meshes and say none. And since our inactive is the same as our active, it should work pretty well. And yeah, so that's a little bit of what we're looking at. We kind of got this cool extrusions going on, a detail here. So our door's looking pretty cool. We can even select the pillar and go ahead and hit Shift Tab, and we can see it smoothed. Okay, so this is what our pieces are looking like smooth together with our OpenGL, our ArrayGL preview on. So everything's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and end the lesson here, and then the next one we'll add all the detail to the door to get the door looking really nice. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Remember to comment if you have any questions and subscribe to the channel so you can catch up and you can see some of the next lessons that are coming out. So thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.